Hello students and welcome back to our Spot That English Error video series. In this 24th video we're going to cover hotel notices, things that you may see in your hotel room or maybe you'll see in the lobby or in the corridor of the hotel you're staying in. You may run into some errors here and there, especially if you're traveling to a country where English is not the native language. But sometimes people make mistakes. It happens. We're not going to criticize those English mistakes, but we want to fix them. So I have two notices here, real notices from my travels that I thought we could fix together. So we're going to dive into these two notices here and here. We're going to make some edits, real-time edits, and we're going to do it together. And I'm glad to have you with me. My name is Ben with English from A to Z, and let's get started. All right, so we're going to begin here, and I'm going to try to underline here as well as mark up the form here. So we're gonna mark it up. We're going to maybe use some text as well, and I'm going to put the text below as well, so you can see that I'm correcting here. Let me just change. There we go. Okay. And then, okay, there, all right. So, how was your stay? That is correct. How was your stay? That's a good question. The problem is, though, is that we need to figure out the second part of this. They're asking us a question about how was our hotel stay. The issue is, while we'd is technically correct, we could also say we would. We would. So how was your stay? We'd, or we could say we would. In this case, the hotel would like to know. So the big difference is, and I'm sure you could figure this out, is that NOW is not grammatically correct, right? Instead of NOW, we need to cross this out. Let me change the color here. Excuse me. There we go. So I don't mean to say the word is wrong. This is actually a word, but we need it to be KNOW. So let me do another text box here. 1 second. So NOW should become KNOW, right? So the word no needs to be KNOW, not NOW. So that's how we know that we have it correct. So remember that when you're looking at these kind of notices or signs in a hotel, make sure that, check for yourself. Is it grammatically correct? Now, again, we can have the exclamation point. That is fine. But when they ask you how was your stay, NOW is not correct. All right? We'd like to now. That would be incorrect. We'd like to now? No. We'd like to know. You need the K. You need the K in front of the NOW in this case. So again, how was your stay? We'd is fine because you're contracting we would to we'd. That is all right. But I would prefer you use we would like to know. So that's important. So how are we writing it? Is we'd, or we would like to know. All right, so that's important. So just one mistake here, basically. Instead of we'd like to now, we'd like to know. So how was your stay? They're saying to you, the guest, we'd like to know. So that is the first notice that I've seen in a hotel where I'm like, well, this isn't right. Let me work on this with my students together. And please make sure that you check your spelling. This is a spelling error with the notice. The next one will focus more on grammar. But make sure that you're highlighting the fixes that we're doing in the Spot That English Error videos. So again, not now, no. We'd like to know with K at the beginning in front of NOW. You can keep everything else the same. Punctuation is fine. Exclamation point is fine, but make sure that NOW becomes KNOW. All right, so that's very important. All right, we're going to move on to another one, which doesn't have so many errors, but it's important for us to work on this together with the markup. So I'm going to read it out loud first. And most of it is correct. So most of it is fine, but we do need to make a few corrections. Please return our luggage carts to the lobby. This here being a luggage cart. Let me just. So this is a luggage cart, right? Let me just change that. Yep. So that's the luggage cart. Please return our luggage carts to the lobby. Do not hold them in your room. Okay, very good. That's fine. Do not hold them in your room. They're giving advice that you shouldn't hold them in your room. You got to return the luggage carts to the lobby. Their luggage carts, in this case, the hotel. This continues. The carts will become sad if they are separated from their friends for too long. Okay, exclamation point. Very good. Let me move that down. No one wants a sad cart. That is correct. Good punctuation with the period. Also, just as you had the convenience of being able to take items up in one trip to your room, other guests should have that same ability. Okay, a bit of a run-on sentence here, but one change I want to make is other guests, you need a apostrophe. Okay, so not an apostrophe, excuse me, a comma. Okay, I know it's a big comma there, but I do it for a reason. There should be a comma. So also, there's a comma there, just as you had the convenience of being able to take items up in one trip to your room. Other guests, comma, should have that same ability. So we could put technically two commas here. Other guests should have that same ability. Actually, excuse me, I'm just going to put the comma here. My apologies. Also, just as you had the convenience of being able to take items up in one trip to your room, comma, other guests should have that same ability. So we have a punctuation fix right here. It's a small fix, but it's important to remember to put your commas in the right place. So this, I'm going to write in the text box here, remember your commas. And the comma, as we all know, it looks like this. So let me minimize that a little bit. Bear with me, folks. Let me put it down here, actually. Remember. All right, so our first rule here is remember your commas. This kind of looks like a comma, but actually, I'm going to delete that. Leave it as one trip to your room, comma, other guests should have that same ability. Okay, so a bit of a run-on sentence, but we put the comma there. It's okay. We get the point that we're supposed to return the luggage carts. The next sentence, if you do not want to bring them all the way down, we could also add in the text to the lobby, let's say, if we wanted to be more specific. If they wanted us to be more specific, we can do that. Please place them in the elevator lobby on your floor. Okay, this is another hint, but we could put it here. Please, or on your floor so we can come bring them home. All right. We could also write come to bring them home. Let me put a come to. We can come to bring them home, but we can come bring them home is also right. Place them in the elevator lobby on your floor. If you do not want to bring them all the way down to the lobby, please place them in the elevator lobby on your floor so we can come to bring them down. So I put the two there to just highlight that they are coming to the elevator lobby to bring them down. All right, so okay, here's the main thing here. Let's reunited. I'm going to show you again. Let's reunite that. So the D here should not exist. So we want to cross it off. So I'm just going to do that now. Let's reunite. I'll make sure the D is still visible. Let's reunite the family of carts and make their days just a little brighter. Okay, what's the main punctuation we're missing here? Well, we're missing the period. All right, so we had the period here. We had the period here, right? And then we had the period here, and we had the exclamation point. But we didn't have the period beforehand, right, guys? So we need to add the period. So let's reunite. We don't say let's reunited because we're not talking about past tense, but we're saying let's reunite the family of carts You could also say, just to be more active voice than passive voice, let's say the cart family. If we wanted to be make a little change here, that's okay. So instead of family of carts, the cart family, and make their days, you could also say here, instead of days, just a slight change here, not super necessary, but let me just say, make their day just a little bit just a little brighter. And then the key I want you to remember, folks, is the period. We need to have the period for punctuation purposes. Okay? And that's my best attempt at a period, but you know what I mean. So remember, one last thing I'm going to put at the bottom of this notice is that remember your comma, right? Okay. And sorry. Remember your comma and remember your periods. Okay, there we go. Remember your period. So that's the other thing I want you to take away from this. Remember your period. And this is a large period, but basically, yeah, we need to remember our period and we need to remember our commas. So I wrote this at the bottom hand right and the bottom hand left. And then here's an example of another period. And then let me just do a quick comma, maybe, if possible. Okay, so that's my best comma right now. So let me read it again. It's mainly correct, but let's read it one more time with our changes. Please return our luggage carts to the lobby. Do not hold them in your room. So we got the punctuation. It's correct. The carts will become sad, not literally sad. Carts are inanimate objects, but metaphorically sad. The carts will become sad if they are separated from their friends for too long. Got the exclamation point. No one wants a sad cart, period. Also, just as you had the convenience of being able to take items up in one trip to your room, comma, we got the comma there. Other guests should have that same ability, and then we do have the period there. That was already there, but it's good practice to remember to have it there. If you do not want to bring them all the way down to the lobby, I added to the lobby. I think it makes sense we could also write to the hotel lobby. Let's just add that. Please place them in the elevator lobby on your floor so we can come to bring them home. I think that's still a good change. Come to bring them home. And then we have the period there I highlighted. And let's reunite the cart family to make it more active voice, but family of carts is acceptable. Let's reunite the cart family and make their days or day just a little brighter. And in this case, we did not have a period, so I added a period. So remember your period and remember your commas. Okay, folks, so that is mainly we focused on fixing hotel notices or hotel postings. Or things that you need to be aware of during your hotel stay. This will help you folks who do not know English quite well yet, but are learning how do we read hotel signs or notices and then fix the errors if we do see them in English, which can happen sometimes, even in native countries. So remember your commas, remember your period, remember good punctuation, make sure to correct run-on sentences, and then also make sure you check your spelling, as we did with taking now and making it no. All right, so that is our latest edition of our Spot That English Error video series. Latest video. We've done 24 of these videos now. We've done fixing newspaper errors, hotel notices, tweets, stories, articles, you name it. We'll fix them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to look out for new Spot That English Error videos. And if you like this video, hit the like button below. If you want to subscribe to our English from A to Z YouTube channel, please do so as well. Hit the subscribe button as well. And thank you all so much for watching and for learning with me and for fixing errors as I do it myself. But hopefully at home, you'll be fixing errors in no time. So thanks again so much for watching. And I'll see you soon for another English from A to Z YouTube video. Take care now. Bye-bye.